catch with the left touchdown. They check it to 10.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
Set, 8, read.
54, Mike. Check pass, check pass.
Hit it.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16. The Chiefs first down.
38-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Kansas City.
Okay,
From
ready?
all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lead driven. Lead driven.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. Call it no gain on the... Play, and it'll be second down.
Play brings up second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Come on,
Officially
set.
nothing
Set
on that
logo.
last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Quinn. Flush to his right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Mike, 54. Focus, defense, focus.
5.
From the gun on third down. Quinn. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line.
Let's stop.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Prescott now, option right. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a third down.
Hey, let's get this.
Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Switch it. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
James has got it. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He completes it to Wilson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Everybody,
Right there. 54 Mike. Bring it. Showing it.
here we go, 47. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Box 54. I know he ain't got it.
From the red zone now, Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Nick Bosa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. We're scoreless after 1. Marr able to put this one through, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
And their first down, Chiefs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
To throw on 2nd down. Quinn. It's complete. Stills. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
First down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On second down, Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 yards there, first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Now Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incomplete. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Got it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, Quinn. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
They go play action here on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. He was looking for Watkins that time. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That one complete to Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
54 Mike.
Come to my work.
On second down now, it's Elliott. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Mike 54.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
54th Mike. 54th Mike. Go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Off the play fake. Quinn. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards on the ground. So all of a sudden with that run, maybe now a chance for points here.
It's a total mind shift, isn't it? Because what you were saying before was, hey, let's just get out of here, get the half over with. Instead, we can get some points now.
Here's Prescott. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Results in a 4th down.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, what, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it? And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, Charlie! Topper, big grip.
Looking to throw on second down. Quinn, and a catch made by Hopkins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, Quinn. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer.
It's our time.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Elliott. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Right here, right here.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun. Quinn, complete. The tight end, Kelsey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Here we go.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Check 49, check 49.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, Echo. Now.
Throwing on 1st down. Quinn, that's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Break.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike, 54.
On 3rd and 2, Quinn. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
First down,
Let it.
Kansas City.
Check Mike 54, Mike 54.
Hey, Haywood.
Just like that.
Hit it.
Off play action. Quinn. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
90 Wolf.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, high 7.
I got him. Hey, check Mike. Watch it, 5.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy?
Get it.
On 3rd down, Quinn. being chased down left. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Elliott. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number 1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Right there.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, exit. Go.
Off the play fake. Quinn. Stepping up, he'll try and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Team 6. Team 6.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that.
From the gun. Quinn, and he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the carry, it's Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, You think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
numbers.